everyone has in their mind. So how did you pick up this beautiful accent? You have a really beautiful accent, I would say.
Yeah,
So how
thank
did you pick
There
up?
were a few people who were posting negative comments that I hate your accent, oh my god, your accent is so awful, or something like
I was
that.
about to come there. These days, do you practice English?
A little bit sometimes, maybe occasionally, I would say. If I find the time to practice English, I do, but I do not really practice it daily.
So hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, and what about you?
I'm doing great too. Thanks for asking. And very first of all, I'd like you to thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much for your precious time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I've seen and watched your videos in which I've seen that how beautifully you communicate. You have the gift of gab, I would say. So the very first question that everyone has in their mind. So how did you pick up this beautiful accent? You have a really beautiful accent, I would say.
Yeah,
So how
thank
did you pick up?
Okay, so a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I started my English journey. And when I became a little fluent in it, I started developing my accent. I used to listen to people from America or somewhere out of India, and I used to listen to them through YouTube videos and everything. And then I used to try to imitate them. And I think that's how I got my accent. So this is what I did to get it.
All right. So did you pick up it subconsciously or do you practice it? Or do you practice speaking with this accent?
I
Or was it
practiced.
subconsciously?
No, it wasn't subconsciously, but okay, so when I started it, it was subconscious. For a few months or so, I used to listen to American people on YouTube. Then it was subconscious, but then when I realized that I'm picking up an accent, then I started developing it more, and then then it was not subconscious.
Mm. Do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah,
Like practicing?
yeah.
Yeah. So which one is your favorite accent? British or American?
I think American.
American. So what do you like about American accent?
It's just so clean, I would say, and what should I say? It's very beautiful and nice to hear.
Clean? What do you mean by clean? British accent is not clean.
It is clean, but it is very posh, I would say.
Yeah, it is. Very well said. Yeah. So, how many hours do you practice speaking with accent?
To be honest, I don't really practice daily now, but I used to practice for around half an hour or so earlier.
All right. So, how long have you been learning English, and how long did you take to speak with an accent?
Okay, so my English journey started 2 years ago. Maybe I think it's like 2 or 3 years ago. And that's when I started it, and this is how long it took me. And for accent, I would say it took me at least 1.5 years to develop.
Okay. Actually, when I see you, I also remember the days when I was practicing learning English, and I was also trying to pick up the British accent because I really love how British people speak. So I'm a big fan of British accent. So I tried for 4 months almost, but then I had a change of heart and I didn't continue my journey further.
Mhm.
So it's great to see you that you are learning accent or specifically American accent.
Yeah.
So these days, do you practice English?
A little bit sometimes, maybe occasionally, I would say. If I find the time to practice English, I do, but I do not really practice it daily.
Okay. Why is that? Like, is it fun for you whenever you get time, or you just practice, or whenever you don't have time, you don't practice? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that is what I mean.
Okay. So English is not your priority, right?
Actually, I'm a school-going student, so my studies are my main priority, and then comes English.
Okay, so yeah, how old are you?
I'm 13 years old, in grade 8.
Oh my God. So you also have a YouTube channel. So when did you upload your first YouTube video?
I think it was in 2020, August, I would say I started it with a singing channel, but then I found Clapingo and I started doing Clapingo videos, and then I stopped singing.
So you switched from singing to Clapingo sessions.
Yeah.
Okay. When you uploaded your first video, did you receive any positive comments or negative comments?
There were a lot of positive comments, and yeah, there were a few people who were posting negative comments that I hate your accent, oh my god, your accent is so awful, or something like
I was
that.
about to come there.
Yeah, that is what I got a little bit of hate for. Maybe 3 or 4 comments only.
Yeah. So if we talk about positive and negative, so how many are there? About
Okay.
your like there are some people, it is life and everything whatever we do, we will receive some positive or negative remarks
Hmm.
about our personality, about our accent, be it anything, we'll get that. It is inevitable.
Hmm.
So were positive comments more in numbers or
Yeah, I'd say they were a lot more in number. So out of 100, I would say 96% were the positive comments and just 4% for the negative comments. And tell me, what about you? What are the type of comments that you get on your YouTube channel?
as I have just started my YouTube journey, so I don't get many comments, but whatever I get, they all are positive comments. So I'm not sure.
It's really great.
Yeah, it's great though. So as I can see, you can speak English fluently, and you don't struggle with your pronunciation or words. You don't hesitate for words. So, what is your ultimate goal? Like, do you have any picture in your mind that I want to speak like him or her? Do you have any specific picture in your mind?
Not really, but I really want to work on my fluency. That is what I want. I feel that my vocabulary is okay, my reading skills and listening skills are also okay, but my spoken skills, I just want to improve it a little bit so that I'm capable of speaking as good as a native English speaker. So that is what I want.
Okay, so why do you think that you are not fluent enough? That is the same question that everyone has in their mind whenever they open their mouth. The first thing that comes in their mind that is they are not fluent or they are not good enough. So why is that?
Okay, so I feel that I use a lot of filler words like yeah, like, and all these things, and I just want to improve that because I've seen that native speakers don't really use these filler words that much. So that is what I want to improve. And what about you? What do you want to improve in your English skills?
Yeah, so there are some specific sounds in which I sometimes struggle. So these are 3 or 4 sounds that I want to improve. Apart from that, I don't want to improve anything. Or as I would say, in the end, that we all are learning English. So we are in the journey of learning English. We all are evolving. We all are learning. So it's just a learning phase. So there are so many things that we need to improve, that we need to improvise. So yeah, but there are some sounds which I need to specifically improve because sometimes whenever I speak, I just use them interchangeably. That makes my message a little work for the listener.
Okay, that's great. I love that you want to improve your mistakes, and that is that you have really nice, a high spirit, I would say.
Yeah, you too. So yes, whenever you see some English learners, what is the one thing that you want to tell them? What is your message for all the learners out there? Do you have any specific message for all of them who are learning English?
Okay, so for most of the people, I have seen that they want to learn English in just a very short period of time. So I want to tell the English learners that it is not an overnight journey and it will take a little time to learn English. So that is what I want to tell the English speakers. And tell me, what do you want to tell the English learners?
Yeah, that's a good question, I would say. And the same thing you have said that it's not an overnight journey. We will have to spend a lot of time in order for us to become fluent because as I was talking to one of my friends, or probably Asu, yeah, he was. So he was saying that we are like you have been learning English for 2 years now, and I've been learning English for 2 years now. So we are the 2 years baby of learning English. Like
Yeah,
you can imagine that we have born, yeah. Now we have been born in America, and now we are 2 years old. So we are just learning. We are just scrolling now. Then we will toddle, we will run, we will walk, we will stand. So we are just
yeah.
evolving and learning. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's not an overnight journey. And most importantly, have patience with yourself and don't be so harsh on yourself. Because
Yeah,
when we learn English, we forget that it is not our first language and we don't normally get the atmosphere and ambience where we could speak English. So
hmm.
that is the one thing that we struggle with. And when it comes to my speaking journey, I wasn't able to find a sincere partner. So that was,
Hmm.
yeah, that was really an excruciating pain for me to find a sincere partner. So like me, everybody else, yeah, they all have their own like obstacles and
Yeah.
hardships.
Hmm.
And our journey becomes really easy if we find a sincere partner, because when we have a sincere partner, it becomes really easy to develop the habit of speaking English. All in
Yeah.
all, it is all about a habit. What's your take on it? Isn't it a habit?
Yes, this is you are absolutely correct. I completely agree with you.
Yeah. So, how do you practice your American accent? Do you have any do you have any course for that, or do you just go and watch any random videos?
So I usually just watch any random videos, and the random videos are usually speeches of people from America or from any other foreign country, and I just try to imitate how they speak. I just listen to what they say for one sentence, and then I repeat that particular sentence with the accent, and then I just watch the whole video with repeating this whole process, and this is how I practice it.